G'day, Ching here. So I am a performance coach and a trained hypnotist. My channel, I will be sharing a lot about my experiences of helping people, helping particularly high achievers who want to tap into their potential and achieve higher performance at work and in life in general. So if this is the sort of content you're interested in, definitely like and subscribe this channel. I think you'll find it useful. So today, actually, I want to share about hypnosis and how it can help a lot of people who want more out of life. Particularly, if you are wanting better results in various areas of your life, whether it's personal relationship, work performance, creating the life you desire, and also particularly, live out your life purpose and creating a big legacy that you would want. I came into hypnosis around 2019, and I have retained it as one of my main tools that I help clients with. The reason being, I found it very useful, and it's very quick, very direct, and it's very effective. Because why I think it's more useful than just like mindset coaching or energy healing kind of thing is, I think there are a few more main reasons. First reason is there are different ways of hypnosis. There are different modalities in hypnosis. There's the type that is commanding. For example, if somebody want to do weight loss, the hypnotist can actually record a script, a pre-made script, and read it out to you. Firstly, we induce you into a hypnotic state. And how it's different to your usual state is when you're in a hypnotic state, your brainwave goes into alpha brainwave, which is almost like a trance state. So in this state, people can get into this state sometimes through meditation, but I find hypnosis is very fast, especially if you never done meditation or spiritual practices before. So it's very quick. And oftentimes people get nervous, right? I get a lot of first-time clients that will ask me, I've never been done hypnosis before. Can I be hypnotized? And my experience over the years, having done hypnosis for at least people from 20 plus countries and all sorts of age and gender and background, even if they've never been hypnotized before, they've never done meditation before, they can always get in there under my help. But the key thing, I think the number one key thing is you have a strong intention for solving a particular problem or accessing a particular power. By that, it could be a particular superpower or ability, unlock an ability so that you expedite that learning curve. So that's the first thing, why I like it. It's very fast, very direct. The second thing is, what I like about it is the way I do hypnosis is it's not commanding style. It's more a facilitative style. So what does that mean? When I say facilitative style, it means that I am merely the facilitator. Like oftentimes, if you go for something like a channeling session, the medium or the channeler will actually tell you this is what they feel. Like sometimes, people want to talk to their ancestors, people who have passed on to other life, and they want to talk to these people, and the channeler will say, this is what I feel the spirits are telling me, right? But in my style of hypnosis, what's great about it is I am just facilitating it. You yourself, your consciousness will actually get to merge with the consciousness of perhaps your ancestor, your deceased grandpa, or a love from 30 years ago who's, that trauma, that broken relationship you never healed. And you don't talk to that person in real life anymore, but you want to have that completion conversation. That's very, very helpful. And this is not me telling you what happened, like what happens in this conversation. This is not me telling you what your deceased grandpa is telling you, or the message you would love to hear from them, but you actually get to experience yourself. And the third thing I like about it is it's very magical because it can be done by distance, right? So imagine I do a lot of these sessions where it's like Zoom sessions with people from across the world. They may be in America, California, I'm here in Taiwan, and we do it. And under my kind of instruction, they actually get to, their consciousness merges with that of that person or that soul consciousness they want to speak to. So they actually get the answer and they feel a first experience as if they are that person. And it is very powerful and transformative. So the pain we feel as humans is because we are stuck in our own kind of lens of the world. Okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're wearing glasses, you're wearing yellow lenses. Okay, so what is the color of the world you are seeing? It's yellow, right? But on the other hand, if you wear a pair of blue sunglasses, the world you see is blue. Now, this lens, you can understand it to be your upbringing, your background, your view of the world, your family. Like, let's say two people coming from, let's say two Chinese people, they have migrated to America, for example, in two different families. But one family, they have a very particular set of values. You know, they value family structure, they value, you know, very filial, traditional bonding relationship. But the second family, they are Chinese as well, but their highest value is personal freedom, individual freedom. So if these two people get together, sometimes they need adjustment in the way they deal with relationship. Otherwise, one person, they will see the world as like, oh, we should, you know, hold to utmost importance as like raising our kids right, you know, getting them to the best schools or something. And the other one may want freedom to travel the world because that is their highest value, right? So what hypnosis is very good at is oftentimes we get into arguments or we get into like conflicts because we are all fixed. Like I am here, you are there. I can't jump into your shoes and feel what you feel and see what you see and understand what you understand because I am trapped in my physical body vessel, right? And you are trapped in your physical body vessel. But what hypnosis is really good at is it instantly helps you open up that sensory experience as well as that cognitive experience. So you exactly understand the pain they feel and you feel that compassion for them. Now, it doesn't mean that, you know, these two people might get back to exactly perfect relationship, but what it would give you is that understanding and that dissolution of the resentment, the hate, the anger, you know, because I think holding on to those emotions years later would definitely affect and reduce, negatively impact our well-being. Okay, I want to give you an example. So one of my clients who was a big company's department head, when she came to me for hypnosis, she saw one of my videos like this, and I was talking about self-expression and throat chakra. So she became very interested because she came from a family where they were impacted by Cultural Revolution, and she felt like her family was always favoring boys over the girls. She had two younger brothers and she felt a lot of pain. So she's like almost 60 years old. And even though she's at this age where she's about to be a grandma, but she felt so much pain because she always felt unfair treatment from her mother. So, and her mother is still alive, but her mother is kind of emotionally blackmailing this almost 60-year-old client of mine because she's saying, you know, your two brothers won't look after me. Like, you have to look after me. You have to do this. You have to do that, right? And she feel a lot of pain because why? Because she was brought up in this culture, in this society where filial And traditional values was really impinged upon women, that you have to behave a certain way. You have to treat your family elders right. You have to look after them, all that. So I actually, to help her understand her parents, her mom's point of view, I actually did a hypnosis for her where her consciousness merged with that of her mother. And because before, she never got it. Why I was treated so mean by my mother. Why, like, she's done everything right. She's given so much. She's lent her brothers so much money. They were very irresponsible. She was always the rescuer. Why my life is this? And why my mom at this 80-plus-year-old age is still like bullying me, right? So much pain. She just wanted understanding and relief from that. So when I conducted the hypnosis for her, we just induced her into that hypnotic state. And basically, we facilitated almost like a soul consciousness conversation with her mother, who's still alive. Okay. So when she merged with her mother, she really got the understanding that that is her mother. Her mother, because of her own, limits and traumas that maybe she has experienced, she's not capable of treating her daughter. She basically saw her daughter as somebody who's meant to look after the younger, look after herself and look after her two younger brothers. Like, she never really loved her unconditionally. And in fact, I asked a question that helped her gauge, right? I asked my client, I said, the level of love you feel for your mother between 0 to 100%, what's that number? She said, it's 100. I said, okay, great. Now, what is the level of love from your mother? And she felt it. She said, 30%. So in that moment, do you know what is the impact that hypnosis had for her? It's transformational, because in that moment, her mother is just not capable of love. Her mother just saw her as this, almost like this tool who can look after me, who I can emotionally abuse and do whatever to, right? And if my client didn't have that experience, she would still be trapped in that filial kind of hierarchy of value of saying you should be looking after, you should be very filial, you should be obedient to your mother, you should be all that, right? And for those of us who are younger age and who grew up in like later decades, maybe you don't understand why my client will become so filial and pliant to her mother. But you have to understand, everybody grew up in a particular social and family environment, and also our own individual makeup, our tendencies are different. So she's the kind who's very gentle and obedient and want to be that good girl, want to be that people pleaser. A month or two after that hypnosis was done, because she's also a coaching client of mine, so we do kind of regular coaching, and I've been keeping track. I've been asking her, what have you felt? What is the difference you have felt since that session? She said, I feel so much freedom because I no longer feel I need to be blackmailed by my mother. And I would still do this like duties, bring grocery to her place because her mother's living in one of her. But if her mother just says things borderline blackmailing, she said, I just tell her, I don't want to, this doesn't speak to me anymore. I don't want to be blackmailed by you, and I'm going to leave now. So do you know how difficult that would have been for her before? She would not have been able to say it previously. So now the fact that she could actually say it, and without that crazy turbulent emotion, because before the emotion that would come out is like, I'm not good enough. Why is this happening to me? This is so not fair. It weighs on you, this emotional toil, So that's why I think hypnosis is great. So this is one of the ways you can use hypnosis to heal relationships and to facilitate conversations that is otherwise difficult to have in day-to-day life.